Hey guys, I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm really excited because this is going to be my very first video that I'm going to share on my YouTube channel. And I make like little short ones for Instagram or Facebook and whatnot. And on YouTube, I make private ones for people. But I really feel the call to just make longer videos for YouTube. I'd love to get the message out to so many people. And so today I just want to tap in and just have story time with Spirit and just hear what they have to share with us. So if you find this video, thank you. I hope it resonates with you. So today, let's just get into it. Like I said, these readings are going to be story time with Spirit. So, just see what the ancestors have to say for us. All right, first off, the go, it's about synergy. So, let's say this in a spirit song or a story. Spirit story. Once upon a time, a long time ago, in a land not quite much different than your own, but yet it almost seems like it's been lifetimes ago. There was a culture that lived and walked the land as you and I do, except this culture, they knew the importance of bringing in the energies and finding balance within themselves. We'll call this land Atlantis, Lemuria. There's so many ancient civilizations who have reached this pinnacle of evolution, and we're very fortunate because we can still tap into those energies. So, Spirit, what would you like to tell me about our not so distant land that we can look into? All right, so in this story, I'm seeing a shaman. And so this shaman, it was their job to take care of the information, right? We came to a time where things reached its peak, and before that everything was destroyed or lost, I see this shaman going and he's hiding the scriptures. He's hiding all the evidence. He knew that one day you and I would come back and we would come upon this land. And so pay attention to where you are drawn to. Sometimes we have this inner calling that just pulls us. Sometimes we're at the right place at the right time and it's no coincidence. It's like our soul is a magnet to places. And for those who travel, have you ever had this moment where you step on the land? You've never been there before, but for some reason, you get this weird deja vu feeling, as if you've been there before. You know, you've seen these ancient artifacts. And so I see this information being given up to the cosmos, hidden away, because there were people who were not using it for the best intentions. They wanted to harm others with this information. It was able to control and manipulate them. So Spirit said, you know what? We gotta hide this because this is so important for humanity to know. And we know that right now is not the time for this. So we're going to put all our effort, all our energy into sending this love to a different time. Oh, wrong tube. So that's the beginning scene. You know, when you come to a movie and there's just this scene that kind of like gives you a little bit information. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this shaman running to hide all this sacred information because something was going to come. They tried to take it. It is not hidden on this earth. That's the thing. And so the universe is so vast that they knew one day when the timing was right, this information would come back. So present day, we got a little girl. Not quite just a little girl. This is no ordinary girl. This is a divine crystal child, right? So I said little girl, but you can put into the story however resonates for you. Your inner child, your divine inner child came back and it knew that it had this special mission, right? For some reason, this earth just seemed like there was so much more going on than what our adults were telling us, right? You'd pick up these crystals and they'd sing and they'd hum, and you'd look at the stars, and for some reason they twinkled just for you. And that's because you're here to collect that information. That information is coming back for you. That sacred synergy, the balance, the harmony, the everything, the love. It's like only you know what that is. You're here to bring the information back. And so for all this time, they've been looking and looking and looking for these sacred texts, but they didn't realize that it was a person. It was you. It was encoded within your DNA, that as you woke up, as things started to be created, as civilization started to kind of follow the same patterns that we followed and learned from in the past, that's when things within you woke up. That's when you knew that you had to go and you had to shake things up, right? You know what love is. You know what balance is. You know what harmony and joy and peace are. But yet everywhere you look around you, I don't quite see that in this story. I see dirty rivers, and I see just pollution upon pollution. I see people taking advantage of others. I see systems that are put in place to help others actually harming them. And so as these inventions, right, as technology, as we started to get our iPhones and our iPads, and we started getting electric cars and, you know, started going to the moon. Sorry, I kind of went like more recent technology and then it goes there. But that's huge, guys. And so as this was happening, you were waking up. You were becoming aware that you had these ropes tied around you, right? You have these wings, you have this voice, you have this gift that you're meant to share with the world. But for some reason, the universe really led you to this place that is just so oppressive. It's just so opposite of what you know that the universe is. People tell you, oh, this is love. I do this because I love you. But you're like, I don't understand, because I know what love is. My soul is pure love, and I don't understand why the universe would allow for someone else to do this to me. And so the universe, your guides, your ancestors, the old shaman who took those texts and hid them and gave them to you to bring back to this world, he was just playing his part, right? It's all just a play. As I said, this is just a story. Spirit is telling us a story. And so you can take little pieces that resonate and you can intertwine and change out and add something even better. That's the beauty of this all. And so maybe you were oppressed, maybe you did have these binds, but it's an illusion. And so when you wake up and you stand up for it, that's when you can take off these ropes that have tried to keep you stagnant, keep you obedient. And so once you take off your mask, that's when the bird sings. Why does the caged bird sing? And so believe that when you call out and you sing your song, the universe has your back, right? It's very hard to be here because your song is not at a frequency that we are able to hear yet. We need to raise everyone up. You're here to help raise up others so that they could become their powerful selves. And so the more and more you try to force things on people now, the more and more it's laid upon deaf ears. And so the only way to get out of it is to go through it. And so, where did I just see that? Hold on, guys. Okay. So I'm being shown the white calf medicine woman. She's coming into our story. So just let it come in, right? Let the energies mix in with you. And so I'm really seeing the buffalo. Did you know that buffalo as a whole, they don't like getting wet. They don't want to go through the storm. And so they learned collectively as time went on, right? It took a lot of trial and error. When they see a storm, they run to it. And that's because they know that if they run to the storm, that they will be in the middle, they'll find the calm, that the storm is going this way, and that the more that they face the storm, the less time that they actually have to be in that struggle. And from trials and error of so many times, these buffalo learned that if you run away from the storm, it's always going to be chasing you. It's always going to be at your back door. You're going to get tired, right? And so you have to trust that all these problems that were given to you were meant for you to work through it, right? You're supposed to persevere the storm. There are times when others don't quite get our hearts, and that's okay because that's their journey. But do you know who always hears our heart? Who always is there with love and unconditional joy for us? It's our sacred friends. Like, they're here on the same plane and they know that stuff already. We call it animal instinct, right? But a dog is always loyal, right? They know that unconditional love, but they trust, right? When a bad situation happens, that something good is going to come. They communicate with each other. And so for those of us who have this information to share and it's falling on deaf ears, Mother Nature hears us, right? And it's for us to let it out. The more that we can let it out, the more we grow, the more we raise our vibration. The more our vibration raises, the more we hold space for people around us. I can't tell them what to do, but I can inspire them by leading by example. That's the way that you will have others finally hear you eventually. But in that in between time is so difficult. And so in this story, this girl just really needs to trust the process, right? And there are times where you're alone, but you're never alone. It's all an illusion. Your ancestors have got your back. And so you have been in civilizations that know peace, that know love and abundance. And so you can surf the wave or you can suffer. So it was just this one word, surfer, suffer or surf. You could be a surfer or you could suffer. And especially with those Atlantean connections, like some of us have fear of water because we've been there. We saw the collapse. We've had those traumatic moments. And then there's others of us who, when we're around water, just brings us so much peace because that's when our soul was in complete alignment with the animals and the people and the gods and the universe. And that's where we're going. And so, Spirit, let's wind this story up, but give us hope for the future. What can we look forward to? So as this girl starts to go on new journeys, she's finding that when she thinks she understands something, the universe reveals itself to be even bigger than she ever knew at the beginning, right? So it's like standing where your consciousness is and just allowing for that expansion and that growth, right? We want to become the kings and queens here on earth, but what happens when we raise the earth to that stage? Do you know what the next step is? There's many civilizations that have transcended and even advanced as a whole, but never a whole planet. And so that's what we're kind of working our way to, right? We couldn't save that civilization back then deep within our hearts, but the earth is assisting us this time. So let's see what else we got here. As we evolve towards the new, as we let go of old systems, as we start to build up, we are exactly creating the same places that we've already been before. Nothing here is new, but we think it's new. It's new for us this time, but deep down we know. And so as we focus on the positive, on the transcendence as the raising vibration, the lakes will become clean. The rivers will flow again, right? There will be enough for everyone. There will be no shortage of clean water for them to drink. There will be enough food for everyone. There will not be garbage dumps and garbage dumps of wasted food and clothes just going to no one because big corporations didn't want to share the budget. But it takes you to take courage right now and to choose. Every day you have a choice. It's not yes or no. You have an abundance of choices. And every small action that you choose will actually create a ripple effect that not only affects the people around you, not only affects the evolving of the earth and the transcendence, but planets around us. Like, we emit a frequency, and it does affect our neighbors, right? There's so many people watching us, and they're really cheering for us because we've done this lesson so many times that it's like I'm hearing third time's a charm. And yeah, so for those who are wondering, is it worth doing the right thing all the time? I feel so lonely here. But that's because you're here to bring that information back. It's uncomfortable because no one really wants to hear it. You are going to put a wrench in some people's plans. And you know what? That's okay. But we need you to stand your ground. We need you to just stay in your courage and open your heart. Open your heart and love like you've never loved before. And so that's the story for today. When you are having difficulty, this one says time and space. Time is just an illusion, right? We can connect to those times so easily and bring what we need forward when we forget the path. So with that, guys, thank you for listening to my story with Spirit, and I hope to make some more. So if you like them, please hit the subscribe button and have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.